You're watching another episode of Shane Solomon Meets, brought to you by the Cornwall Channel. I'm your host, Shane Solomon, and today I'm meeting Dan McCarthy from Wildanet. So Dan, welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me today. Great to be here.
Absolute pleasure. So listen, the title of my post today, Frustrated with the Internet in Cornwall, exclamation mark. Urgh.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because even though we've had this wonderful rollout from a company putting good infrastructure into Cornwall, there's still lots of places that are struggling for a good internet speed. But Wildanet are there to help solve this problem. And you are there as part of the kind of community hat to go into these communities. Is that right? Describe what you do.
Yeah, so you summed it up perfectly there. Wildanet are a broadband provider. What we try to do is help people or communities that have pain points and problems with broadband. Obviously, that's a lot of Cornwall. Obviously, we do have some good fibre networks here, but there are probably about 16,000 properties that still can't receive superfast broadband. So what I do is I'm the residential broadband manager for Wildanet, and I would help communities connect to superfast speeds. So we're all about connecting people, making sure connections are solid, and yeah, just helping out communities to connect to superfast broadband. We're an altnet provider, as it were, so we can offer a range of fibre, fixed wireless broadband, which is radio wave line of sight, works really, really well, or anything down to wireless 4G. So we do have a solution for a community, and we work really closely with communities to find out what the best one is and how we can benefit them.
I remember those days growing up and with the internet and just seeing those speeds so low. And I still get to see them at friends' houses. I go to their house and I just can't believe that they're still on such a bad speed. Now, how can Wildanet do this? What makes you, able to do this apart from those big companies like BT, I'll say the name, where they can't seem to do it, but all of a sudden the answer to our prayers, Wildanet are doing it.
Yeah, so it does come down to the alternate delivery we have. So predominantly people are connected to the fibre network in Cornwall. The problem with that can be the distance they are from the cabinet in their local village or area. So we offer something called fixed wireless broadband as one. It was our main product, which is line of sight broadband. Very simply, from one of our hubs, houses within range of that hub can connect to us, and that's just for the user or for the house or the business. All we need to do is connect a very small receiving radio. It's about 8 by 8 inches to the property, so it's about the quarter of the size of a satellite dish. We then wire down to a router, so you pick up your broadband in exactly the same way as you would from any other provider. The only difference is the way it's deployed from us and our network. It works really, really well because the great thing is it's our network, and unlike other providers, we don't resell the network, so our customers don't have to share with anyone else. Therefore, we can guarantee speeds at all times. So we can guarantee speeds from 50 megabits per second all the way up to 1 gig. So yeah, fantastic options for consumers or for business.
1 gig. Oh, 1 gig. Can you just imagine? So how do people find out more then? I'm assuming the website's a great place to go, if you can get onto it, of course, with your rubbish internet wherever you are at the moment.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, visit us at wildanet.com, www.wildanet.com, and one of myself or one of our team will come back to you. We are calling out for communities to reach out to us at the moment. So if you're a community leader, or if you know that your village, area or town is receiving particularly bad broadband, then please get in contact because there's something we can do to help. It's not only just connecting, it's also signposting to help with funding, grant schemes that are available to help enable the community with a superfast speed and connection. So it's all really about connecting people. I think the pandemic that we're currently in at the moment has brought forward how important broadband and internet is, whether it's just calling a family member or if it's through work and Teams. It's vital that we're all connected at the moment. So we're trying to make that easy and accessible from everyone around the region and beyond.
Do you have any success stories that you can talk about, like any in particular, any case studies that's improved people's connectivity?
So we've worked a lot all over Cornwall. We started off in the west of Cornwall with our fixed wireless network. One of the big kind of villages or communities I worked with is up in North Cornwall by the router there, a community in Advent which was suffering with 1 meg broadband. They were literally on the old copper connection. real problems because a lot of them did even before the pandemic work from home, and they were just not connecting to the internet. So what we did is we did a lot of work with the community. We signposted them to Funding Available, which enabled us to build a bespoke fixed wireless network, which now means all of the houses and businesses, there's about 50 of them in the community, are now receiving 50 megabits per second guaranteed, 100 megabits per second guaranteed, and that enables them to work from home, be more productive, and obviously businesses, farms, there's massive, rural farms that we're working with that need broadband now to do everything from, milking, from anything on the farm can involve broadband. So it's so imperative these businesses and houses are connected. So yeah, that's a good example of our community work.
Well, we had your co-founder, Ian, down here the other day, and he was saying then how a farmer was taking 4 hours a day to download or upload his kind of milk stats, whatever it was. It was stupid, whatever time, but now he's got it literally down to about 4 minutes or something ridiculous like that.
So Agritech's come, as I was saying, Agritech is really kind of sophisticated with broadband and the internet at the moment. It does, if you're monitoring crops, if you're milking, you do need a good connection, and that's really impossible to get a good line of productivity if you're on an old copper line connection and a very slow connection, because as well as downloading, a lot of these businesses, farms especially, are uploading a lot of data, and of course that involves a very good solid connection. So yeah, it works really, really well.
I know that people will be watching this primarily on my LinkedIn profile thinking this is the answer to my prayers. They could be watching this at work where they've got good internet speed, right?
Yeah.
But at home, absolutely shocking. So it's worthwhile mentioning that you are a Cornish company as well. So it's not like a national kind of company that's come down to Cornwall, is it? It's founded here.
2018, Wildanet was formed, and that was really formed by the need for broadband in kind of rural areas of the county. I think Wildanet now has become more of an altnet provider in the sense that we don't just service the rural kind of problem hotspots. Believe it or not, there's a lot of towns in Cornwall, Troro's an example, the outskirts of Truro, that still don't receive superfast broadband. So we cover the whole region now. But it's a fantastic story because really these properties would have been left behind. And I think there is room for two providers now in the county, that sit aside one another. And that opportunity there to connect, it's just imperative for these people to be connected. So that's what we try and do every day.
Well, you won't find bigger advocates than us here at the Cornwall Channel, producing video content on a daily basis. Of course, yeah. We know the importance of having good connectivity here in Cornwall. So anytime you're passing the studio in the future, just drive on by. No, I'm joking. Pop in anytime. It's great to have you here, Dan. And hopefully we'll catch up in another 6 months or 12 months time and find out how much more of Cornwall you've managed to get connected.
Yeah, and any business or community that is out there that do have any problems at the moment, please get in contact. There's something we can do to help, and we want to see you connected.
I'll make sure we put your details on the screen here at the end of the video as well, so people can contact you, and I'll tag you in the status on LinkedIn as well. Well, that's it. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else you wanted to add that I haven't asked you about? Is there anything we've missed that you want to get out there?
I don't think so. Just to say, we are expanding our fibre network. So we've recently received funding for our fibre network. So we're in the east of the county at the moment, but that will be encompassing the whole of the county or other areas within the county. So just keep an eye on our website, the comms that we put out there, just to see with future developments with our fibre network and solutions we can offer.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, there we are. Connect with Dan, and we will see you in the next episode of Shane Solomon Meets.